The Will and Dave show was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Dave, you kind of fucked that up. Do you want to do it again?
What do you mean I screwed it up?
Do it again.
Alright. What, like now?
Yeah, like now. We could just sit here for about 20 minutes and do it, or, you know.
The Will and Dave show was filmed... Ah, damn it. What the hell am I saying? Shut it off, start over.
Okay, what I'll do... Off you go.
The Will and Dave show was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
There we are.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
It is Friday. It's now 4:01 p.m. Eastern Time.
Because I don't know how to talk.
Yeah, pretty much. And it is episode 21 of the Wil and Dave show. Dave, we've come of age!
Woo!
Yeah.
We can legally drink now.
You can now legally drink and make a porn movie and then go out and buy it afterwards.
We could have done that at 18.
Yeah, exactly.
You just couldn't have got ourselves drunk. Now we can get ourselves drunk and make a porn movie, then go out and buy it after.
And make more bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. However, by the time you're 21, you've kind of stopped making bad decisions because you've already had 2 kids.
And then you get suspended.
Yep. And then, Dave, you know what happens?
Do you make more bad decisions?
We go back to the bus. We haven't talked about the bus, man, for absolutely ages. But afterwards, we go back to the bus. Huh, but not today. Dave?
But not today.
Twitter, Facebook. Oh, you don't know the new Twitter. The new Facebook's not on the fucking page. Okay, go.
Oh, good job. Like us on Facebook at Will and Dave Show. Follow us on the Twitter at Will and Dave Show. Feel free to use the hashtag of Will and Dave so we can easily find your tweets if you don't know how to actually tweet. And if you'd like to follow and learn everything you've ever wanted to know about the wonderful, talented, super amazing Will Vincent, you can like him on Facebook at I Am Will Vincent.
Talking about super talented Will Vincent, guess what, Dave?
Do you have an announcement?
I do.
Would you like to tell the whole world your latest news?
Right, so basically, I only found out about this about a couple of hours ago, but basically, back in January, there's this huge trade show in Her Majesty's United Kingdom called the Autosport International Show. Now, if you've been a regular listener of the Wil and Dave show, you'll remember I talked about it. Remember, Dave?
I do.
Yes, it was the time when I met Holly Weldon and got to meet some pretty awesome things, see some pretty awesome cars, and also I got to sit in front of a 9-inch monitor and talk incoherently like I normally do.
Of course.
Yes. So, 2 months later, because commentary competition was for Motors TV, and Motors TV are a French company, and we know how efficient the French are when it comes to making decisions, don't we, Dave? So
I think everyone is aware of that.
It's 2.5 months later. However, they finally announced the final 5 for the commentary competition, and guess what?
Is Will Vincent a part of the top 5?
He really is.
Hell yeah, buddy. Good job.
Yep. So there's my big announcement, and now it's time to leave because the caution flags are out.
Someone's watching Fox Sports 1 again.
I mean, I actually had to have watched Fox Sports 1 to actually watch that race, so yeah. Because Premier Sports in the UK got bored and turned it off, so it was really Fox Box on Fox Sports 1. Ba-da-da-bum-ba-bum. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-bum.
You're in the top 5. Who, determines who's number 1? Is it a fan vote, or does Motors TV pick it, or how's that all work?
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was supposed to be Motors TV. Sorry, it was supposed to be a fan vote, but they've not set a fan vote up yet, so it could be anyone. It could be who offends the French the least, in which case, I'm fucked.
Well, no English person could ever win that then, right?
Yeah, which is kind of surprising, seeing it's an English competition. Well, British competition, so yeah.
British.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is as well, actually, is that we have 3 commentators who's commentated on iRacing at some point.
iRacing's drumming up some pretty good commentary talent as well as racing talent, eh?
Well, you have me, of course. You have Liam Jenkins, who used to commentate with me on Glacier, on Glacier TV. Now he commentates on Sim Failway, and has also been a guest on the Wil and Dave show. And Scott Woodwis, who commentated on iRacing, also on FSR, and has also been a guest on the Wil and Dave show.
Awesome. Well, actually, maybe the Wil and Dave show is the one that's bringing out all the talent.
I completely agree. And unfortunately, my co-commentator for the iRacing.com World Championship Grand Prix Series, Nick Rowland, didn't make the final 5, which I think is an absolute travesty because he's fucking amazing as a commentator. You know the reason why, Dave?
Why is that?
Because he's not been on the Wil and Dave show. Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern, live on Glacier TV.
Guys, we got tweets already.
Holy fuck.
Andrew King.
See, people like the thing and they don't like it, so I don't know if I should be doing it.
Just read the tweets out, Dave.
Adam Dock thought that your big announcement was that you had been circumcised. And Justin Petchower Motorsports tagged us in a tweet that he will be on a live racing debate on the Wil and Dave show today.
Talking of which, where the fuck is BT?
Where's Brandon Trost? Brandon Trost.
If Trost doesn't turn up, we are going to have to imitate Brandon Trost.
I don't know if we. I don't know if we could do that, Will. I don't know if there's anyone on this earth capable of imitating.
Maybe he's got homework to do. Maybe.
It's Friday, I don't have homework.
I was about to say, it's not a school night.
My only homework is racing on the apron.
Maybe he got a detention.
Maybe he got a detention.
Can they give out detentions for stupid?
Oh,
whoa!
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Can you imagine? I was going to say, can you imagine an iRacing detention? But Andrew King, there is such a thing, isn't there?
There is, and it's a cold, dark, damp, exciting place.
Is it over now?
Yeah, it was reduced down to a week.
What did you do during that week?
Titanfall!
So, not go and spend some time with your kids or your wife. You know, get to know the family better, go outside, mow the lawn, maybe do some work on the car, maybe repaint the house, or put up that shelf that you've been wanting to do for the last month or so, or cook dinner for your wife.
Andrew, this is coming from a guy who's single right now.
Yeah, my wife was in Vegas for the last week.
Whoa! What happens in Vegas stays there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really exciting conference and everything.
I think we just scared him.
What did you say?
What did you do in Vegas?
Well, hey, while we're waiting for BT to possibly make an appearance, should we bring in Justin Petchower for a preview of the debate?
Yeah,
his thoughts on the matter?
Hey, Petchower, you looking forward to the debate later on?
That I am.
Good. We'll talk to you later. Bye!
And that was Justin Petchower.
Mm-hmm. So, it is time to start talking about IndyCar. And by the way, Dave, should we make our other big announcement?
Absolutely.
Okay, shall I get some music for this?
Of course. Hopefully it won't, play forever, though.
Coming your way at some point soon, on a time and date yet to be determined, join Will Vincent, Dave Judson, Nick Rowland, Paul Jenkins, and Andrew King for a half-hour podcast, which is known as IndyCar Weekly. It'll be a bit like the old IndyCar Weekly, but actually good, and doesn't have any doucheberries involved in it, and we'll actually talk only about real-life IndyCar, and not about sim racing IndyCar, because let's be honest, we talk about sim racing IndyCar on here enough, we don't need to talk about it anymore. So join me, Will Vincent, Dave Judson, Nick Rowland, Paul Jenkins, and Andrew King at some point in the future, on some time in the future, and some day in the future, only on Glacier TV.
You know what would be awesome? Well, yeah, that would be awesome if you watched it. But if we could be legitimate enough with the show that we could actually get real IndyCar guests on it.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, all we need to do is just get someone who's really good at doing voices to just imitate them.
I'm totally friends with Simon Pagino on Facebook.
Me too, bitch.
Yeah, but he might go on strike when we try and talk to him.
Oh, come on, just because he's French.
I really am not going to do well in this commentary competition, am I?
Wait, does Motors TV know that the Will and Dave show exists?
Hopefully not.
Don't put it on your resume.
No, I don't think
Well,
it's a good point.
They can't prove it's you. It could be a Will Vincent sound-alike.
It really could be. In the same way
It
that
could really-
I do Tim Terry impressions, because we're going to go side by side. If you head over to iRacing.com right now, you can get your first 3 months membership for the price of one. Available to new members only if you go to iRacing.com and enter the promo code, I would like some donuts.
I would like some donuts.
Can someone go grab me some donuts?
Andrew King, are you posting pornography in the TeamSpeak?
I would never do that.
His wife goes to Vegas and he starts posting topless pictures.
Oh, God.
What happens in Iowa stays in Iowa.
I'll tell you what, I dare to post that on the forums.
Enjoy your ban.
If you go and get a ban,
Wait,
if you
wait,
post
wait.
that on the forums, I would cry.
Wait, Will Vincent,
I'll have to go hide it in telemetry or something.
are you done with your forum ban?
Nope.
Then how the hell did you edit that post the other day?
Because of the fact that, for some reason, I can still edit posts, but I can't make posts. So in theory, I could
interesting.
edit a post and make it into a huge rant about iRacing. However, of course, I'm a
Loophole.
better person than that. You know the reason
And then
why?
get somebody else to bump it.
You know why?
Why?
And the better driver goes in front, not the lucky driver.
The better driver.
The better driver. And afterwards,
was-
Dave, we go back to the bus.
The bus. Andreas Strabin was not in the strength of field race at Homestead Monday night. I was quite surprised.
Oh, no. Anyway, moving on. So, IndyCar.
Yes.
We'll talk about IndyCar, and they've kind of done a bit of an F1, but they haven't.
I hate the double points. Stupid. I hate it. It's so gimmicky, NASCAR-like. Stop doing it. Just be IndyCar, please.
Right.
Stop doing all this crap.
In NASCAR, you can have the same points for a 500-mile race at Texas, a 600-mile race at Charlotte, a 400-mile race at Homestead, a 250-mile race at Bristol, or a 500-kilometer race, which is 312 miles, at Phoenix. So they have it across the board. Regardless of what track it is, the Daytona 500 gets no more points, no less points. You just get a bigger trophy, which you can barely lift unless you're Tony Stewart and you're a fat cunt, in which case you try and eat it. Which is why he's never won a Daytona 500. They deliberately rig it so that he doesn't actually try and eat the trophy in victory lane.
And how convenient. Go ahead, Andrew King.
Well, I was going to say, maybe they need to start looking at the points that they give out for gymnastics or figure skating, where it's based upon difficulty as well.
Oh, come on. Andrew King is bringing figure skating into this debate.
Figure skating!
You damn Canadian.
Okay, so Tony Kanaan
Well,
wins
you know,
the race
it's talking
today.
about
However,
prorating points.
Tony Kanaan wins the race today. However, because of the fact it was Texas Motor Speedway and therefore an easy track, he only gets 50 points. Coming next, we'll go to Milwaukee, which is a difficult track, and therefore those 50 points will become 264.
And
500 miles at New Hampshire.
if Brandon Trost was racing, it's like he made passes on the apron, we deduct 20 points.
Yeah, each time.
Where's Brandon Trost?
Brandon Trost wins the race and get minus 87 points. I mean, let's be honest, there are some good things here.
I just don't like the fact that it's, you know, all of a sudden it's like you got you essentially have 3 extra oval races points-wise. So, the Indy 500 all of a sudden, whoa, you finished 33rd. You're kind of screwed for like twice. And then conveniently the last race of the season at Auto Club Speedway has double points.
I can almost understand why IndyCar have done this, because what it does is it means that you've now got a level balance between road races and oval races. So basically what they've done is, despite the fact they're now the Verizon IndyCar series, they managed to find a way, once again, of fucking over Will Power.
Let's not forget, though, Will Power did dominate and win the final race
you know
last
why?
season. Which,
because everyone fucking blew up.
well, so what? He ended up winning the race.
Okay, by that logic, Danica Patrick deserved to win at Motegi.
Well, the way you talk, yeah, she deserved it.
Hey, Trost won at that other race, right? Over Trano?
Oh, yeah. Moving on.
Trainer
But
sucks.
There are a couple of other rules in there as well. The good one is they finally got rid of the 10 grid spot penalty, which was kind of stupid. I can't remember which year. It was 2012 at Long Beach when 15 cars all had grid penalties. It was like, what the actual fuck?
Well, don't forget, and it was like because of engine changes that happened in a testing session, not at the race weekend, a testing session. I think like half the field got sent to the back.
Congratulations,
every
you've done some testing to make yourself faster. Now to even things out, we're going to send you all to the rear of the field so you can start again.
And it was almost all Chevy engines too, and they qualified like in the top 8 of the 10 positions. So, like 9th place, Dario Franchitti started on the pole or something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
But only if you're driving a Honda, in which case you're going to be in first place. If you're driving a Chevy because you're a dirty American, that means you have to start from P11 backwards.
Dirty American?
I'm only taking the piss. Come on, I love America, don't forget.
We know you do. You know the American national anthem better than your own.
I know, that's kind of scary. I have got some new music to play you today, however. I can't play you much of it. And the reason why I can't play you much of it is because this gets picked up by YouTube as copywritten music, which someone gets revenue for every time someone plays it. Figure this one out. How can this get advertising revenue? It's the Soviet... It's completely against everything that fucking USSR ever was. Maybe that was their plan the entire time, to get the world to imagine that they're a communist nation, knowing the fact that one day YouTube would exist, and they can make all the money they lost through advertising money.
Well, hey, you know, USSR can do whatever they want, as proven by the recent world events.
We don't talk about politics in this show. Yeah.
Everything about surrounding Danica Patrick is political.
In
more
Soviet
like a
Russia,
religion.
Will and Dave show listens to you.
Except for when we invade Crimea.
Speaking of Danica, I think every one of her teammates absolutely hates her. Did anybody catch the radio traffic from Harvick at Bristol last week?
I missed that. Explain.
Well, Harvick was going for the lead, and there was 2 lap cars in front of him and the leader. And gee, what a surprise. Danica was going a lap down, and Danica was in the preferred top groove where Harvick was trying to make his pass for the lead and was severely holding him up and preventing him from clearing the leader and taking the lead. And he gets on the radio and says, somebody remind the fucking 10 car what team she's on.
Well, this is one of those weird things about NASCAR, and like, yes, they're teammates, but they're not in some ways.
Yes, but yeah, you know, you give the spot up to Harvick, you follow him through the pack. If you can actually keep up with him, you know that you're going to be 1 lap down, but the first car lap down, you get the wave round of caution comes out, because God knows that she's not staying on the lead lap on her own.
Yep, and she needs Aaron's lucky dog, because basically, Danica Patrick's only time when she's useful in life is when she's on an Aaron's bed.
Which she doesn't get to keep if she doesn't keep up with her payments.
Precisely, yes. But don't forget, anyone can get a bed from Aaron's right now.
Oh God, when did this
Will and
turn into
Dave
an
brought to you
Aaron's
by
commercial?
I don't know. All we need is Michael Waltrip to bumble along here like he does into every single Fox podcast these days.
Cred run!
Can I just say, by the way, has anyone watched NASCAR America on NBCSN?
No, I have not yet.
It's
Marco.
really, compared to Race Hub, yes, it's only half an hour long, but it's phenomenal. I mean, even Kyle Petty's good on there right now.
Well, you know, Kyle Petty's, pretty honest commentator, and I usually agree with a lot of things he says. So, I'm not surprised to see that, he's doing a good job with that.
You've got Rick Allen, Terry Labonte, and Kyle Petty on there. And they essentially just use the same studio they use for NBCSN's Formula 1 coverage, but it's all NASCAR based. And it's actually not a bad fucking show at all. And it gives me encouragement because a lot of people are worried that when NASCAR goes back to NBC, that it's going to be shit. To be fair, you can't be much worse than TNT, and it's not difficult to be as good as, if not better than ESPN. I mean, the only good thing about ESPN is that you get to see fucking Ryan Briscoe's wife.
Yeah, that's always worth a few looks.
But then it's countered by the fact that you have a horse on pit road.
A horse?
Change me a little.
Oh, come on. She's not that bad looking.
Nay!
Come on now.
I know, that's just me being harsh.
I thought Sarah Jessica Parker was a horse.
Nay!
She isn't?
She's a vampire horse!
Oh, by the way, Will, I was watching your Motors TV clip and they spelled your name wrong. Did you notice that?
When?
In, like, where they put your name in the graphics of who was commentating.
So you mean
Your
I'm
name
not actually in the competition? It's just
You're
a charade?
You're Will Vinland.
Oh, so they got the will right? How the fuck?
They had to put that extra L in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So they put it in Vincent.
That's probably... Oh, now we have Will Vinland on. He's gone to do the commentary. By the way, to any French people listening, I love you all.
Love you all.
Yeah, je crois que messieurs are rather good at où est la piscine à La Rochelle, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
I think you need to change the picture on our stream to this picture of the horse, as you say.
Let's have a look. Oh, God. That could get us into some trouble if iRacing, surely.
What do you mean? It's not. We're not posting it on the forum.
Yeah, true. Well, we do post a link on the forum, remember?
Yeah, but it already has the Danica picture.
Yeah, true. I might change it in a bit. Let's see what I can figure out. Oh,
Well, hello.
hello.
Hello. She's wearing paint and a smile.
Yes. However...
And a wink. Wink.
Get
And
a
a
wink.
Oh, well,
And a
she's
paint-
still
and a
nowhere
paint
near
bucket.
as good looking as Carissa Thompson.
Do you have examples?
Yes, I've showed them before, for God's sake.
For science.
Yes.
Besides,
So, IndyCar, we're unhappy about some of the rules, but happy about the other ones. And we've also done this thing as well, that you get, I think you get manufacturer's point if your engine goes as long as it needs to. Which I think is they've done a really good thing there, in that the engine, it's the manufacturers that take the brunt if an engine fucks up and not the driver. Which, to tie this into Formula 1, is perhaps something they could have done with Daniel Ricciardo.
well, Ricardo's problem is that Red Bull decided to say, "Yeah, you know what, FIA, screw your fuel, rate monitor. We're gonna put our own in there." And then the FIA told them that they were going over the 100 kilograms per hour rate, and they still didn't do anything about it. So, I mean, Red Bull really painted themselves into a corner with that one.
It's time for another advertisement, Dave.
What?
Time for another advertisement. I'm really sorry. Of course, don't forget that we have a new podcast, which is on GlacierTV. It is Just Another Grand Prix podcast. You can see the details right there. It is after every Formula 1 World Championship race. Join myself, Will Vincent, and Nick Rowland as we take a look back at what happened in the Grand Prix you just saw on TV and fell asleep in at some point because races are fucking boring. Just Another Grand Prix podcast with Will Vincent, Nick Rowland, also available on iTunes. Now, did you watch the race, Dave?
Yes, I don't know where people are coming from saying it was boring. I enjoyed it. I mean, it would have been a lot better if Valtteri Bottas didn't smack the wall and give himself a flat tire. Because, I mean, I think he legitimately would have had a shot at winning the thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, Bottas actually kind of made that race interesting, because not only did he fucking mess up his car a little bit, he also got the safety car out, which was useful.
That's true, but no matter what anybody did, Nico Rosberg ran off with it.
Yeah.
And how pissed you got to be Hamilton. Car doesn't go in the first practice. You miss the whole first free practice one. Get the thing right, qualify the thing on the pole, and then you totally bork it up on the first lap.
Yeah, well, let's not forget there's this double clutch thing that these people are using these days. And rather than a single clutch, they have to use double clutches. And I think there was an issue when they went on that second parade lap, because the first parade lap he seemed to be okay. The second parade lap was, I think, where they had the issues. Now, let's not forget as well that Sebastian Vettel had some very similar issues in some way and went out just one lap later than Vettel. No, than Hamilton. That's the way it was.
True. Yeah, that second aborted start really probably didn't help a lot of the guys that were on the edge of being too hot to begin with, and then having to make another lap around and sit there and bake and bake and bake. I'm sure didn't help the engines any.
Shake and bake.
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm surprised as many cars finished as they did.
They did, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Less in the state of Nevada this weekend. I would have lost if I had betted on the number of cars to finish, because it was 13.5 was the number. And I don't understand 13.5. How can you have half a car finish?
Well, it finished, but not legally.
Well, yeah, true though.
What was the over/under for it?
Yeah, let's say mods either way, to be fair.
Well, I'm not feeling good about the debate right now, because we're 26 minutes in, and there hasn't even been a post from BT in the YouTube channel or anything.
I really do think
that's not him.
He had some form of detention.
I thought this was him, but it's not. I think
not. It's rather upsetting, actually. But, I mean, the race itself, I mean, it wasn't bad. And let's be honest, there have been some very bad Formula 1 races, but it wasn't the best ever. I mean, Australia always leads itself to good racing anyway. As it's now known, did its job, but again, there wasn't that much overtaking. I think the one move I saw was Bottas over Raikkonen down in turn 3. It was fucking phenomenally good.
I'm trying to remember which one you're talking about. Was that an outside pass he made, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
But then, of course, after the race, you had Daniel Ricciardo having his place taken away. Now, they are appealing it, but it's kind of bullshit. I mean, this is the thing I hate about Red Bull, is that they are just dirty driver, dirty team, because they always try and push the envelope beyond what you should try and push the envelope to. And the amount of times that people threaten to protest Red Bull, and Red Bull's been right on the edge of the regulations, it is about time they have been bitten in the ass.
Hey, man, you're not trying if you ain't cheating.
Sort of like Duke in basketball.
Aw, rubbing it in for the Duke fans, Mr. King.
Talking of which, how are your brackets doing?
I didn't fill
God.
one this year.
I've gone after OSU Dayton.
I picked Dayton to win. But who the hell picked Harvard? I mean...
Yeah.
Well,
Back
who the
to having kids?
I mean, who the hell even beat Duke? I don't even remember.
Mercer!
What? Now, they're in the same conference that Florida Coastal or whatever was last year, right? And
I'm surprised you even know that. I've never even heard of this school.
what?
Mercer.
Well, I remember the story. I just couldn't remember the name of the school.
How far do you think Wichita State will make it?
Championship, baby. What?
They need to go and cut themselves some nets. Again.
I picked them in my ESPN tournament challenge.
Wow.
I got
Let's see.
them in my bracket. Of course, I picked Ohio State, but I got them going to the Sweet 16 and losing.
All right, let's really bore some people here. I obviously picked Florida to win. I picked
Syracuse.
I picked Pittsburgh to do the upset of Colorado. I picked Dayton to upset Ohio State.
Oh.
Picked Syracuse. I picked Stanford to beat New Mexico. And let's see, I did not pick Harvard to win. I picked Cincinnati. They lost. Obviously, Michigan State was going to beat Delaware. Who the hell's Delaware? And I did not.
Flacco came out of Delaware.
Now this will piss off Andrew King. I picked St. Joe's, and obviously UConn won and moved on to the second round.
I don't think UConn's been playing at the top of their game, so it is what it is, and we'll see what happens against Villanova.
Then Arizona State. I should have picked North Dakota State just for the hell of it, but I went with Oklahoma. North Dakota State won. San Diego State.
You like bye to your billion.
I tried to pick an up. No, I didn't even do that one. I tried to pick an upset of Nebraska over Baylor. That didn't work out. Picked Oregon over BYU, and obviously Wisconsin was going to smoke whoever they were playing because they've been pretty good lately.
So, to sum you up, Dave, you're not winning $1 billion.
Nobody's winning $1 billion, for Christ's sake.
Can I ask a question?
95% of anybody who made a bracket was already out. Only 5% remained after day one.
What would happen if you were a Yaleite and you had that outside chance and you actually decided to bet on Harvard? You must have some fucked up emotions going on right now, because naturally, as a Yale student, you have to hate Harvard as a principal. Let's be honest, most people hate Harvard students as a principal. But at the same time, they must be happy for them for the first time in their existence.
Harvard.
I mean, how do Harvard people even play baseball? Do they get like their butlers to go and play for them or something?
Well, did you ever see Revenge of the Nerds? Or no? Okay.
Nope.
Well, then I can't make any reference for you that you'll understand.
Okay.
Anyway, each major conference in NCAA basketball gets an automatic bid in the tournament, so Harvard must have won their conference championship tournament to get in. I think that's the only reason they're there. I mean, when you're in Harvard, who are you really playing against? A bunch of other rich white kids?
Those fucking Yale kids.
And that's why it chose Yale.
Omaha. Birmingham.
We should really just come up with a list of them and just reel them off one at a time.
Are we going to have a solo debate with Justin Petchower?
No, we'll just kick him out of TeamSpeak.
No, because he's still haven't.
But he tweeted everyone that he was going to be on there. We don't want to let all of his fans down.
All three, but
hey, Petchower Motorsports has over 442 followers.
Ow.
Whoa. So we still have more IndyCar news to go over.
Do we?
Yes. So Will, I have this theory that J.R. Hildebrand saw our Indy 400 video and decided that he needed to come back.
Because this is Indy. Yeah.
So, because he's joining Ed Carpenter for the 2014 Indy 500.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest as well. Ed Carpenter's always been pretty good at the Indy 500, but I don't like Hildebrand that much, and I hate Ed Carpenter. He's just a stuck-up, arrogant douche.
Oh, come on. Carpenter's a stuck-up, arrogant douche. He's running an IndyCar team out of his own pocket.
Yeah, but do you remember his comments about the fact, we shouldn't be racing at these tracks, we should only be running at... He's stuck in the 1990s. He's stuck in 1998 IRL.
That's because he sucks at the road courses, and why he smartly yielded the seat to someone else on the road course.
He's good at the flat-out ovals. He's like Brandon Trost.
He's like Danica Patrick.
He's
like
Brett
Passing. No, come on, King. You're a little better than that, aren't you?
At road courses in the IndyCar? Fuck no.
But you win in the GT Challenge.
Yeah, bitches! GT3!
I mean, so you had a week where you were basically, just you and the kids and had all the time in the world probably to do some testing, and you were banned. I mean, did that piss you off?
It was kind of a welcome vacation. I was kind of upset that I couldn't run for that week because it was Zandvoort, and I was actually really looking forward to seeing how well I could do at that track in that car.
Oh, that's gross.
And then this week it's at Interlagos, so it's like, fuck.
I remember I got suspended one time during Thanksgiving week, and I was going to be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, all right, my wife's working all weekend. I'll be racing all weekend. And then I got freaking suspended the day before Thanksgiving for a week.
Randy said that was bullshit.
Yep, that was bullcrap. But anyway, it's funny how the protest system will strike you down when you're most vulnerable.
Hey guys, breaking news. Eric Eisenbach's written another post on the fucking In-Racing News. Yay.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. The ironic thing is that he gets so many views because of how fucking useless he is.
You just gotta be controversial and you'll get viewers.
From victorylane.com.
What is it called?
From Victory. Oh, he's even got a fucking troll guy on there. What the fuck?
A what?
One of
he does have a troll guy. What is that about?
I don't. There's only one thing I can do for this.
Oh my god.
Fucking thing sucks.
You're so fucking unbearable, you goddamn fool-ass motherfucker.
I came in like a
Oh, 5 seconds.
There we are.
Anyway, really, so is this supposed to be like a legitimate article, and then it goes to complete shit when you have the troll guy in the Kyle Busch car driving by? I mean, seriously, what is that?
I could see if it's not the troll face, but that just rubs salt into the wound.
Especially because Denny Hamlin broke his back in that crash.
Talking about rubbing things in some things, did anyone see the article today in the news about the woman who claims that she's 70 years old, and the reason why she's been able to keep her complexion skin is because she likes rubbing certain things in her face.
Oh.
What, like lasagna?
Yes, we'll call it lasagna. And what she says is that if you don't have a husband, what you need to do every 10 days to 2 weeks is to go out, have some fun, and afterwards rub the lasagna over your face.
Sounds great.
She likes to hang out with guys on ships.
Oh. How many people are we going to offend
dance
today?
around that one, Will Vincent.
How many people are we going to offend today?
Nobody. Well, 11.
Sailors off the list.
We
Those
apologise
damn
to anyone who's a sailor.
Those damn seamen.
In the Navy.
Thank you for your sea service.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, what a relief it is.
On the internet, we can do anything we want.
With this net, we can do anything on the internet we want to do.
You really can't listen to that one without thinking about this guy on Craigslist, can you?
I'm fine. I'm just fucking pissed.
So let's talk about NASCAR.
This is a story that I don't think anybody, including myself, is familiar with.
Which one?
The Craigslist?
The dishnet guy.
With this net, we can do anything on the internet we want to do.
Who says that? Who says that about having the internet? We can do anything we want to do. And he's like sitting creepily on this white couch with his supposed wife, and he's like clutching her real close when he's like, we can do whatever we want. It's like, what do you want to do? Go on Craigslist and find a hooker to have a threesome, Eiffel Tower, or what?
I will get you I'll get you the commercial to listen to right now.
Well, I think it's safe to say, compared to last week's show, we've gone off the rails.
Yeah, let's talk about NASCAR.
Oh dear.
So,
What's
Dale Jr. he didn't
what's
meet.
NASCAR?
He didn't.
I accidentally hit the override caution switch.
No, I apologize, but I think there is actually a serious topic that needs to happen. It was one of the other IndyCar items from this week.
Oh my God! Can we stop talking about IndyCar for 5 minutes and talk about NASCAR?
Well, I think this one's kind of appropriate.
Earnhardt!
Andrew
Mr.
King,
Gary-
you had your chance and you blew it.
You can
Mr.
come.
Gary Bettenhausen.
You can come. Yeah, we will talk about that at the end of the show.
Oh,
We're talking about it at the end of the show.
I didn't get the.
So,
Yeah, see you later, Andrew King. Andrew King has been banished for like 5 seconds.
yeah, I was about to say, I forgot the fact he's got server privileges. Not anymore.
Oh, poor Andrew King.
By the way, just for the record, we are going to talk about Gary Bettenhausen at the end of the show, so we're not being entirely insensitive. Don't worry. But Dave, NASCAR, Dale Jr. didn't match and beat Richard Petty's record for the first 4 races. He had a tough day at Bristol.
Yeah, it never really got off to a good start to begin with, and then it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. And they just never caught the handle of it, never able to catch back up. But you know what? A lot of other guys had problems, aka Harvick blowing up again.
Yeah,
when
he
it
needs
looked
to get
like he
a
had a
refund.
victory in the bag.
He needs to get a refund as far as those engines go.
Well, his crew chief Rodney Childers tweeted out that it looks like they had run over some debris from when Martin Truex crashed, and it cut the oil line. The engine didn't actually blow up.
So once again, he's fucking ruining people's races.
I'm confused why Timmy Hill didn't have a spotter.
I want to know why Timmy Hill doesn't have a brake pedal.
Timmy!
Mike Joy was going ape shit. He's like, oh my God, he just ran straight in the back of him.
Mike Joy's wearing a Matt Kenseth shirt under his suit. It's got like the little pennant flag holding it.
I had $20 on Matt Kenseth, you son of a bitch.
Which is for entertainment purposes only, unless you're in the state of Nevada.
No.
And I mean, this is the thing as well. Mike Joy never has any form of emotions ever. Yeah, he was getting really fucked off.
So, why do you think he got so pissed? Just because, frankly, a lap car basically took one of the stronger lead cars out of contention for the race win.
I think he's
had
finally
$100
got
on him.
pissed off with the fact that he's basically a part of the Mike and Daryl show on Fox.
Marky!
Yep.
I mean, wouldn't you be pissed if you're kind of stuck in the middle of that?
Well, yeah. I mean, we might as well just do a little bit of a commercial. This Sunday, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series heads over to Fontana for round number 4 of the Michael Waltrip and Daryl Waltrip show. Enjoy them talking to you like you're a 4-year-old and you're their grandkids as they spout out uncontrollably bullshit and boring stories. Also join Larry McReynolds and the guy who showed to actually commentate on the races when no one else is actually bothering to pay attention. That is this Sunday for the 4th round of the Mike and Daryl Sprint Cup Series.
Presented by AT&T.
The world's shittest 4G network.
If you're gonna do a toy, or
How do you
Toyota-
KFC?
Oh God! If you're gonna do a Fox thing, you gotta at least play the original Down South NASCAR theme song from
Okay,
Fox.
as far as the NASCAR, okay, as far as the original Fox sports theme, this is the original one. Don't forget, they didn't
Yes, I know that,
they
but
didn't
it's
get
football.
NASCAR for like 7 years.
Yes, but it's football. That will always be football and will continue. The SEC on CBS.
It's brought to you by We Don't Give a Fuck. Join us in August when we continue not to give a fuck.
Well, what the fuck was that? He just fucking slapped it right into the front of me. What?
By the way, Brandon Trost update. Once again, the one time that we actually need Brandon Trost, he's not about. This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Randy said it.
Randy said that was bullshit.
Somebody should PM me.
Yeah. So to have a little bit more look at the Food City 500, I mean that race all really. I mean, Bristol is a track which really is affected by the weather, and then you add in some rain before the race, greens the track up. Then you add in some weather in the middle of the race, and then it goes dark.
And then it rains with 2 laps to go.
Well, it wasn't going to rain with 2 laps. It would have rained, and let's be honest. Could you imagine how fun that would have been to have rain on the white flag lap? What would NASCAR
That would
do?
have been awesome.
That would have been
That would've been
hilarious. Hey, they started the All-Star race in 2001 with it raining, so why not?
Have at it. Have at it.
Don't ever give up.
Right, I've got a little bit of an issue here. My ex-girlfriend has just favorited a tweet about my commentary competition.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. She wants the D.
Does she like to boil bunnies?
Hello.
What? Hello. Oh God, Brooks tweeted us. This is how he KFCs. I don't see any food.
Oh.
I don't
don't
see
have
any
any food.
food. Well, how do you KFC if you don't have any food?
You know how
rub
I
it on myself
KFC?
until it's all gone.
You know how I
Wait.
KFC, Dave?
You live and breathe it every day because you're black.
No, what I do is I walk out the house, I walk down the street, I find the first middle-aged woman I could find, I get my gun out, I point it at her, take her money, then go in KFC.
Wait a minute. You're in England. No one has guns except criminals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is America. We got the Second Amendment.
Do the cops really not
Whether
have
you
guns?
play Mario Kart.
No, some of the cops do have guns, and everyone always gets really scared when you see a cop with a gun in
Wait,
Birmingham.
why do some, but not all?
Because they're not deemed to be necessary. We still have, like, little whippy baton things.
What, you mean nightsticks?
Yes.
So I'm robbing a
Ah.
store in England, and a cop comes up to me with a baton,
Yeah.
and then I laugh, push him out of the way, and drive off.
Yes.
And then the Royal Mounted Police come in.
It's like,
The
sorry,
Royal Mounted Police
sorry,
of
do you
Canada."
mind pulling over, please? We need to take a look in the back of your car, in case you might have some cannabis in there.
Could we take a look in the boot, please?
Yes,
The boot.
in the
The
boot.
boot.
Okay. So, let's
They
continue
love
our
it in the
talk
boot.
about NASCAR. Richie Stenhouse Jr. has got a better finish than his whore of a girlfriend.
Bold statement. Let's see if it pays off.
Yep. I tell you what, he didn't get any action that night at all.
Nope.
Why are you faster than me?
Kyle Larson, 10th place, yeah, not doing too bad. Jeff
Marcos.
Gordon can still get top 10 finishes. Yeah, Marcus Ambrose had a fucking great race.
He loves Martinsville. He had,
We weren't at Martinsville. We were at Bristol, you Martinsville. It's a paperclip. It has no banking. Bristol, it's got banked about 30-something degrees. I haven't fully measured it. It's somewhere between 26 and 32 degrees these days. Oh.
If you're gonna make such a gross mistake like confusing Martinsville and Bristol, you're getting kicked for a couple of seconds.
I completely agree. I mean, let's be honest. That was just fucking retarded.
I didn't know we were allowed to use that word anymore.
Oops.
I'm brain dead.
Yep, you are. So we'll move on,
And
shall
that's how you KFC.
Yep, that is how I KFC.
That is how you KFC.
You need to tweet that on Sunday and see if they'll put that on there.
I'm bored of him tweeting that's racist every minute now. There we are. We'll move on.
It's going to be about 30 seconds before he pokes me on here saying that it's stupid or something and put me back.
Fucking thing sucks, if you ask me. So, that's really all the motorsport talk that we needed. I mean, the NASCAR race wasn't that good. But at least NASCAR came clean about the caution thing.
What'd they say? I never heard anything.
We're sorry.
So the flag guy leaned on the caution override switch.
He was trying to get his KFC.
He leaned.
His fingers are a little greasy and he slipped and hit the button, I guess.
Yep.
Hey, he just poked me, moved me back.
By the way, according to Eric Eisenweck, it's Fontana is 2.5 miles long, not 2 miles long.
Our friend Chris Overland is severely displeased with the article.
Oh.
Shall I read?
Yes.
From the book of Chris Overland, chapter 1. He never made mention of anything about what any setup adjustments do. He never explains why he makes the changes he made. In the front springs, for example, you can run a variety of different spring packages and still be fast. Yet he just says, drop them here. In my opinion, this is no way to teach someone how to build setups. Cater did a phenomenal job teaching the iRace for Life event members in 2013 how to build a stable setup and never once recommended that we do more. Or that we door anyone. Embarrassing. I really hope he's not getting paid to write that. And then he says, Mr. Phillips, there are plenty of people more qualified for writing articles than this and would support iRacing in a much more mature fashion.
Can I be controversial?
When aren't you?
No, I'm going to be controversial here because, of course, you write for iRacing News. I
have on occasion.
Yeah, I write for iRacing News. I'm the writer for the iRacing.com World Championship Grand Prix Series. And it does piss me off that I bust my ass and it takes me about 4 hours to get all the stats I need. And I check everything I write. I go, get all the stats, I make the photos, I do everything from scratch. And then you get shit like this on iRacing News. I mean, the second sentence. Exact way. Auto Club Speedway was the last track on the NASCAR Sprint Cup schedule to be added to iRacing. It is a 2.5 mile D-shaped oval. What the actual fuck?
Well, this is so frustrating that I'm just going to choose to remain silent on it, is to not make a fool of myself, because clearly the article writer already has.
Well, this is how bad it is. Justin Petschauer, how long is Auto Club Speedway?
It is 2 miles long, not 2.5, Eisenreich.
Congratulations, you are less stupid than Eric Eisenreich.
And that's a good thing.
He's probably one of those guys that's like, why can't we run Talladega every week?
Where's BT when we need him? Yeah, I was about to say, where's BT when we need him?
Did someone call for me?
Texas.
Did someone send up the BT signal?
Right, what we're going to do, Dave, is this. We're going to hope that BT is confused. Well, we know he's confused. But instead of being confused sexually, he's confused about the time. And we will probably do this debate in 15 minutes' time. In the meanwhile, have we got anything other based on motor racing that we need to talk about?
I'm not sure.
Right, we'll talk about Red Bull.
Everything.
We'll talk about Red Bull. And, of course, the way IndyCar has changed the rules for this season is that you've got points which will be awarded and taken away from manufacturers. In this situation, in Formula 1, should they have taken the points away from Red Bull only, or, considering the fact that Ricciardo technically did gain something by having that fuel flow, is it right they took the points away from Daniel as well?
Yeah, I think that the FIA made the right call because the team and everybody else associated with that particular chassis knew that they were doing something that might have been skirting the rules, and unfortunately, Ricardo paid for it because if he had the correct fuel flow, who's to say he would have finished second?
True. And there are a couple of guys, I mean, you talked about Bottas earlier. It is so great to see Williams back in form, but also, you've got Williams, you've got Force India, you've got McLaren, all there in the picture right now, who arguably could be the second best team in F1 right now, because Ferrari is struggling, Red Bull is struggling, and Lotus is like doing 21 laps and then having a period.
Well, that's appropriate with their front nose.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the bears
away. It's like
away.
a walrus nose.
What, keep what away?
Keep the bears away.
Say what?
Has anybody been able to prove that that's legit? Has anybody tested that?
What? If you're on your period. What we essentially need to do is get every menstruating woman to go to the North Pole and
this
just
is
sit
gonna go well.
there with their legs wide open. See what they get. If they don't get killed by the bears, then they're okay.
Never mind freezing to death because you're sitting naked on an ice pole.
No, you just cut out around their legs.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I tell you what.
This has gone way off the tracks.
Dave,
off a bridge,
if it
down a
causes
cliff.
shrinkage to men, will that cause tightness in women?
Oh.
Sounds like Will needs to go too.
So would it be like, being in an ice cube tray?
Well, I've done the inside of KFC bucket, so I need to try this one. Let's go and find an Eskimo!
Maybe
that topic is now dead.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's find a hosted race to run, huh?
I don't know. I don't want to get suspended again.
No, but if one of us... Well, don't do anything stupid like turn around and go the wrong way and say your pedals fell off the table, which makes no sense.
It's my wheel!
On the table. What are you using? Alright.
Babble, babble, bitch, bitch, rabble, rabble, party, party, sex, 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 and don't forget the violence, blah, blah, blah. You got your lovey-dovey, sending lonely, sticky, stupid slogan, and everybody sing along.
Yeah.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
There's so much
hypocrisy, tra-la-la-la-la, going on here.
Go!
Tra-la-la-la-la, there's so much hypocrisy.
Well, a
Tra-la-la-la-la,
heavy
going on
rotation
here.
tonight. We
Tra-la-la-la-la,
had a very
there's so much hypocrisy.
Let's go ahead, Paris and look for the bit. Behind the
Going
pit.
on
Here we go.
The crying,
Trucks
the
at
moaning,
Talladega,
acting
mandatory
like
push and
kids.
switch.
The crying, the moaning, acting like kids.
Where is that?
In the hosted team out.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
are we going in?
We're going
the
in.
better driver goes in front. Not the lucky driver. The better driver.
Right, I did need to say a bit of a story.
staging.
I did post this on my Facebook page, facebook.com/I am Will Vincent.
No, you're not.
Anyway. Anyway, I did want to say a bit of a thank you to, and some people have always asked about how I get into sim racing commentary, Dave. So would you like me to take a minute and talk about my sim racing commentary?
Absolutely. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. So, before sim racing, don't ever give up.
Before he even starts the story, it's like, don't ever give up. Shouldn't that what you be saying at the end?
Yeah. Here
Are you
we
gonna
go.
scream are you going to scream that's racist?
Anyway, before sim racing, I used to do student radio in Birmingham, and thankfully it wasn't anywhere near as controversial as this, because I couldn't say half the shit that I can say on here. However, I got into sim racing commentary. Of course, I was originally going to do the first ever ISOWC Indy 500, which at that point was a 350-mile race, but I got some Germans to stream it, and the stream didn't work. In fact, before I got the Germans to do it, I got this other company to do it, who then claimed that his house set on fire. It did.
House on fire?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
last minute I got
qualified
some
for this
Germans
thing.
involved, and for some the overlays that we use, basically, as soon as you turn the overlay on, the entire server died. Oops. So,
Oops.
from then, my actual first race I commentated was the Dan World in 77. And it's actually, I mean, you know how much of an issue Dan's death was for me.
Yes.
And of course, I met some really good friends. I know one of them's listening. Jim, love you. But I tried qualifying for the DW77, and it was, I mean, I spent a lot of time trying to qualify for that, and I think I only had one chance because of work or something to actually try and qualify for it. And lap 4, turn 3, I decided, well, to put a little bit too much wheel into the car. And what happens when you put too much wheel into the car in turn 3, Dave?
You hit the wall.
You spin and you hit the wall. Where's this race, by the way? At Talladega.
Talladega.
Oh, it's full. What? It's full.
It's full?
Yeah.
You didn't react fast enough.
Oops, have fun.
That's because this guy was too stupid to actually put a full field and he only put 30 trucks.
Yeah, I mean, who puts 30 trucks at a race at Talladega? This is sim racing. We have realistic shit. You have 43 cars. So yeah, after my failed qualifying attempt, I thought, you know, right, because I can't race it, I'll do something that I thought I could do good at, and that was commentate it. And from there, worked on GlacierTV, and that's how I'm a commentator.
Interesting.
There we are. And now you know.
The more you know.
And because we are getting to the top of the hour, we are... If this was ETV, this would have been perfect, Dave, because we could have actually finished the episode on time.
It didn't even let me finish my qualifying lap. Unbelievable.
Really unbelievable what you do.
Even though I'm only starting 11th.
What?
Only?
Are you in here, Mr. King?
Nah.
Brooks and I are in here. I think that's it.
Best of luck to you, sirs.
So
we gotta bring Brooks back in here so I can actually talk to him. Brooks, it's you and me in this race, buddy. That's it.
Oh, what?
So, can we please have a moment of
Get
seriousness?
real hot real fast, Dave.
Nope.
Wait,
can we have a
we're
moment
being-
of seriousness, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Now, as Andrew King was alluding to earlier, Gary Bettenhausen died this past weekend. We are going to do a little piece about this for the first race of the ISOWC IndyCar Series, which starts tomorrow from Homestead Miami Speedway. But I think it really does sum up how well your career has been when the UK sports news agencies are carrying the story.
True. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just shows, you know, the recognition of your, you know, his abilities and his talent, and you know how much of an effect he had on the, you know, racing world during, you know, his time in the sport.
Now, 21 Indy 500, non-stop from 1968 till 1982, except for 1979. Then from 1986 to 1993, best finish of third. Which actually, he came from 32nd to come third in that race, which in itself, you know, coming from the rear of the field in those cars to the front of the field in itself is a huge accomplishment, Dave.
Absolutely, especially during that day and age where you were lucky to finish the race because, you know, I mean, what, half the cars seemed to break those days.
And, of course, as well, 8 Winston Cup events and 4 top 10 finishes in NASCAR. Now, that I think is crazy. A 50% ratio of top 10 finishes in NASCAR. Yes, it was only 8 races, but still.
Just in that little amount of time to get that many top 10 finishes. I mean, a lot of guys that are good in NASCAR now couldn't even get 4 top 10s and 8 starts to begin with, and, you know, they're NASCAR champions. So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, that's a great record no matter when or where it was.
And then, of course, sprint car, USAC midgets, really what we call a true American USAC racer, and Gary. And, of course, we on iRacing know Todd and Carrie incredibly well, and we joke about it at times, Dave, but there's nothing really more enjoyable than over a beer actually listening to basically, you know, a couple of young guys talk about all those times at the Speedway, literally a couple of days before you actually go to Speedway and see history happen again.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun hanging with, you know, Carrie and Todd, you know, twin sons of Gary, and the stories that they told about their dad and the guys that, you know, raced with him back in the day are just so much fun, and really harkens back to the old days where things were a little simpler and guys, frankly, are a lot tougher.
And this is, I think, the final note here, Andrew, is that these 21 Indy 500 starts, these weren't Indy 500s where you'd always be able to qualify. These weren't Indy 500s with safer barriers. These weren't Indy 500s where you'd have safe cars. This was still in one of the most outrageous eras in motor racing. You look in Formula 1, the amount of people who died at that point. You have a look in IndyCar racing, the amount of people that were seriously injured. To do 21 visits to the speedway is just crazy. Dave, seeing as King's not about.
Yeah, to have that many straight starts back when it was so difficult to get into the 500. I mean, you'd have 40, 50 cars trying to get 33 spots to have that streak going. And don't forget, in 91, I believe, fastest qualifier, unfortunately came on day 2 of qualifying, so he didn't take the pole. But still, to be fastest qualifier at Indy at any particular time is a great accomplishment.
Puts you in a very elite club, and not many people can ever say that they have been the fastest guy to do 4 laps average around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And with that, we are going to end the regular portion of our show. No bullshit this time, but thank you very much for listening to episode 21, standard time of the Wil and Dave Show. We'll be back with our regular episode in 1 week's time, 4 p.m. Eastern, live and exclusive on GlacierTV. With myself, Will Vincent, and also Dave Judson. Dave, how's your race going?
We just started. A guy with a red rookie stripe didn't know how to go, chopped me off, almost wrecked the field. So, typical Talladega.
Woohoo! There we are. Brooke, how's your race going?
I'm trying to wreck people.
There we are. Don't forget as well, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Wil and Dave Show, at Wil and Dave Show on Twitter. Follow me as well, facebook.com/I am Will Vincent, because I am allegedly Will Vincent. Also, competition nominated Will Vincent, Dave.
Very nice, Will. If the French know what they're doing, they'll vote you number 1. And on that note, of all the podcasts that I've done, this one was the most recent.
But overtime starts
right now!
Right now! Oh, look at that! Andrew King's back.
Hello.
So, welcome to overtime. We still haven't got Brandon Trost, which is a shame because we weren't going to rip the shit out of him in any way, shape or form. We were just going to have a nice, real, rational debate. However, what we're going to have to do is make believe and actually find a way of getting Brandon Trost to be here, even though Brandon Trost isn't here. Still got Will Vincent, you still got Dave Judson, Andrew King, Butch, Norm Westfold, and some guy from Pet Chow Motorsports who everyone cares about. So,
Brooks, where are you?
I just shoved this guy on the line. I'm in 14th.
I'm in 10th.
Is that it? You only started 11th.
I'm taking
up team. Some guy in a Team Canada truck tried to go it alone, and he's falling back quickly, so I might get back up to 9th here.
Oh, Canada.
What is that, the Soviet national anthem you're playing?
And we have to turn it off, otherwise the Soviets will take money from us.
The Soviets take money from everybody, especially in Ukraine right now.
Right, I will very quickly run through some of the comments on the YouTube page. Sup, player haters. Shut up, Shenoweth. No one cares. Margin. Nagil Kirkin. Did I say North or South Pole? I said North Pole. I know where the penguins live. I know where the polar bears live. Mainly because of the fact that GlacierTV, as you can see by our avatar, has a polar bear. All we need to do now is get the GlacierTV polar bear to sniff around a woman on her period.
Whoa.
We haven't...
If he does that, he might stay away.
Elliot Lindemood, we haven't talked about IMSA fucking up Sebring. They fucked up.
They had 6 hours of cautions.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. NASCAR it up.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know why everybody's pissed about IMSA right now? Because everything that all the haters of the United Sports Car Series were going to say happening. Bad officiating, horribly long.
Gonna have to hold your thought. They'll be right back after the short ad break.
Dun 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 dun.
Da-da-dum! I actually really like that theme music, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, after hearing it for 12 hours.
It's good except for the stupid "hey" that they decided to throw in there.
Hey!
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 These guys are trying to wreck up here.
This 3 just cut me off the rookie.
With this net, we can do anything on the internet we want to do.
Get up here, Brooks. I need somebody to work with.
I'm stuck behind a rookie.
Well, get by him. I got by him. I passed him on the outside. Oh god, the Oreo truck just tried to pass on the apron.
King,
He did a BT.
King, did you listen to that commercial? Oh, he's gone
King
again.
is gone again.
Oh my god, and Petro have gone. What the fuck? This is really not working, Dave.
Oh, the wreck in front of me!
God.
Oh, I'm gonna go right through the middle! Woo! Yay!
The
I
fucking
made it!
Delara is overheating. Attention, iRacing.
Go, Mikey! Go, Mikey!
Go, Mikey!
I got brakes! What? I'm up to 4th place, guys.
Wow.
Hey, Brooks, did you make it without damage?
Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up.
Here we go!
Here we go!
So, Dave, next week we've actually got quite a lot to talk about because, of course, we've got NASCAR. We can do a proper preview for IndyCar for the series. We can talk about Malaysia. Malaysia's actually going to be kind of funny because Malaysia is generally, at this time of year, kind of full of rain.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little. Do you remember the
So
2001
much rain, it'll
race?
take down your plane.
Do you remember? Anyone remember the 2001 race where it kind of started dry and then 2 laps into the race, everyone almost crashed because it started pouring it down?
I want to see that. That's awesome when that happens.
Yeah.
Remember the Spa race a few years ago where it started raining with like 2 laps to go and guys are diving into the pits for rain tires on the final lap?
Yeah, it's like, we can't do it!
It wasn't. That was the battle between what? Raikkonen, Hamilton, and who else? Because you remember? Because Raikkonen crashed out. Then it was between.
Why are you so far away from home?
Ashley Judd.
I have no idea.
Ashley Judd.
Why are we talking about that stupid stuck-up whore?
Cause she can count to 3.
Because she can
1,
run around in the rain in a dress with no
3.
bra on.
Yeah. She's also a tree-hugging vegan bitch. Hey,
Well,
Nicholas Morse is
2010.
listening. And also, it's Martin, not Margin. So it's Martin Nagelkirchen. If I got that right, I'm going to be impressed. You see, this is why I'm a commentator, Dave, because I can say Martin Nagelkirchen.
Well, you know, I have nothing to I have nothing to compare it to, so.
There's
You could've said-
nothing compares to you.
I'm trying to text and drive. It's kind of not working.
Okay, Kozlowski.
All right, Brooks, you and I are going to be lined up on the outside here. We're going to make this happen.
Okay, right, because Trost isn't here, Andrew King, you will today be playing the role of Brandon Trost.
Texas.
Can you not do it with that higher fucking voice?
Texas.
Lower it more.
Texas.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the first ever Wil and Dave Show presents The Big Debate. I actually hate this music. Can we actually do it with something that's worth... There we are. We'll do it with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Will, Vincent, and Dave Judson from the Wil and Dave Show, Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern, live and exclusive on GlacierTV, would like to welcome you to the first ever Wil and Dave present The Big Debate with Brandon Trost and Justin Petshower.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for having me here.
So, we're going to start with a big, important question. Which one is worse? Is it Brad Keselowski's constant tweeting under red flag conditions in NASCAR, or the combated show between Michael Waltrip and Darrell Waltrip? You'll each get 30 seconds to state your case, starting with you, Brandon Trost.
Come on, Trost, be serious. You're eating up your allotted time with a bunch of nonsense.
New
Give a
Hampshire's
stance.
ridiculous. Who can drive there? Or Richmond? I doubt that Michael Waltrip could drive at New Hampshire.
You know, he almost won a race there once in the Cup Series.
That's bullshit. And Randy told me.
Wow.
Justin Petchow, would you like to respond to these comments?
I will say that listening to the Daryl and Michael Waltrip show is the worst thing to the human ears.
Hey Justin, 4 weeks to week 13.
I have nothing to say about that.
Were they saying something about how we can't go 3 wide?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, Eric Eisenrack.
And speaking of Thornhart, he is back on iRacing.
Yes.
Okay, your next conversational point. Should iRacing drivers in the IndyCar series be penalised by going, oh my god, Brandon Truce is actually here!
Yes! Yes! Get rid of Andrew King. Alright, start it over.
Hi, how you
Sorry.
doing, Truce?
Where is he? Is he here?
You better be. Trost, are you here?
Toasty.
Yeah, I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wil and Dave Show presents the first real Brandon Trost and Justin Petchow big debate live on GlacierTV. Now, we're going to ask you a number of questions. You'll have up to 30 seconds each to state your point. The first discussion point will be, should iRacing IndyCar drivers be penalised for going below the white line in racing conditions? Justin Petchow, you may go first.
Yes, they should be penalized because I've seen some, in my time in IndyCar racing on iRacing, I've seen some pretty stupid moves. So, yeah, they should be penalized at 1.5 mile and 2 mile tracks.
Wait, but not at Richmond?
Richmond doesn't count, it's a short track.
Okay, interesting there. Brandon Trost, you may now respond.
Well, you know, I actually would like the apron to be banned. I mean, I love driving the apron, but, you know, with the idiots who do run it and cause huge wrecks, and that's not me normally, it's somebody else, but I don't think it needs to be there. If it was completely banned, I wouldn't run it.
There we are. Dave Judson, you are involved as a mediator. Do you have any further questions on this discussion point?
No, because I'm trying to race with Brooks at Talladega. I have no idea what's happening right now.
Okay then, for your second question, we hand it over to Andrew King.
What do you want me to do?
Ask a question.
Ask what?
Ask
The two of them
them
a question about
a
iRacing.
fucking question, you douchebag.
What is the best iRacing car and track combination?
Brandon Trost, you may go first.
Trucks at Michigan.
And why?
It's fun, you got a lift, and fuel saving is pretty easy there.
Wait a minute. He likes it because he has to lift, but then he complains about tracks on the IndyCar circuit that you have to lift on? That makes no sense.
You know what, Dave? The tracks I do I mean, I do like Milwaukee, and I do like New Hampshire. Richmond just is terrible, but...
Bullshit!
Richmond's an awesome track.
Did you ban King again?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Oh.
I'm here now.
Justin Petchow, you may respond. Your favourite car track combination on iRacing with a justification. Your 30 seconds starts right now!
I will actually say I'm impressed with the Gen 6 cars at California Speedway, also known as Auto Club Speedway. And please remember, folks, it's a 2 mile track, not a 2.5 mile track. As
Damn right.
I mean, Eisenbeck would think.
Bullshit!
There we are. There's your 30 seconds. Not up, but it's up anyway. Dave Johnson, are you ready to ask a question?
Alright, guys. IndyCar at Talladega. Should it be on the official racing schedule? Is it bogus or is it good racing?
Justin Petchow, once again, you may go first.
No, it should not be back on the schedule because I saw a couple of races where there were some pretty stupid mistakes that were taking place.
Would you like to elaborate further? You still got 20 seconds left.
If I were to elaborate, it would go on for 4 minutes and I'd be the new Liam Jenkins on this TeamSpeak.
Oh!
Shots
Shots fired!
Just kidding.
Brandon Trost, your 30 seconds starts right now!
I'm liking on the schedule because, as Dave knows, you can have very close racing there. As in a .000 race.
Hold on, Dave.
Oh,
win
big wreck, big
for
wreck.
Dave.
Oh, no yellow.
Oh my god!
Go low, go low, go low. Go low. Let's
It
break
has
this
great
pack
racing,
tandem
it's one of the
up.
most tracks there is.
By the way, you are aware of the easiest way to win a Talladega race, aren't you?
Drive through the grass.
Fuel mileage.
Yeah, run out of fuel twice.
Don't you try to block me, you piece of crap.
I mean, I've got it second there while running 12th the whole race by just saving gas, so...
Okay, now we've got another question. Does there become a point, and this has been submitted by good friend Jim, does there become a point that you would consider voice chat to be an excessive use of voice chat? Brandon Trost, you may go first. Your 30 seconds starts right now.
No.
Why?
Collaborate.
Okay, for the guy who actually uses voice chat excessively, he's not doing very long answers here.
I don't know. I mean, I couldn't think of a limit to it. I mean, I don't know. It depends what you're talking about. I mean...
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, if you're like talking about race-related stuff, okay, I don't really care how long you talk. If you're talking about your friend the whole entire race, yeah, I kind of care.
Is that because you don't have any friends?
Brooks.
Very funny, Dave. Or Will.
Did you see what happened there, Brooks?
Yeah, you got blocked like crazy. It was like an Indy fixed race.
Who was that guy?
I don't know. Let me go back and check.
Justin Petchar, your 30 seconds on the question being, is there a point when voice chat becomes excessive voice chat? Starts right now!
Well, I'd have to agree with Trost on this one. There does come a time when it becomes excessive when you're just talking about random stuff instead of keeping it to the race chatter during said race event. Example, Bristol and the NIS.
Okay. By the way, in relation to the Talladega question that was asked earlier on, we have a comment from Martin Negelkirchen. 20 car packs, hipping and praying, no one loses it, is not good racing. It's luck or bad luck. That's what casinos are for. Your next question. Will Danica Patrick ever win a NASCAR race? Now, this doesn't have to be NASCAR Spring Cup. It could be a nationwide series race as well. Can she do it? Justin Petchella, your 30 seconds with justification starts right now.
Call me crazy, but yeah, I think she will win, but only at the super speedways. At places like Daytona or Talladega, courtesy of the draft.
Not even happening there, buddy.
Well, Trevor Bayne has won a race, let's not forget, at a super speedway. And he's barely
Yes, but he's also won nationwide races. Danica's done neither.
Yeah, but nationwide is on your side, especially
Brooks,
for
there were resets.
55, 55.
They were? I heard no resets.
My truck's fine now.
Oh.
Quite the moderator.
Guys, can you just shut the fuck
Get back
up?
in
We're
here.
trying to have a fucking debate here.
No, I do whatever I want. I'm Brandon Trost.
It's his hot body.
And talking about Brandon Trost, respond.
I have to agree with Justin, except I do think she'll win, but I don't think she'll win in a legal car. I think NASCAR will let her cheat, just like they did Austin Dillon at Daytona. Because I do not think Dillon got that pole fairly, and I don't think Danica will win a race fairly, but I do think she'll win.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can now pick up your tin hats at the entrance along with your popcorn. Okay, your next question. Who will be the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion? Brandon Trost, your time starts right now.
Johnson, because he's got 6 already, and he's looking for the 7th.
That shower?
It's gonna be Dale Jr., man. He gonna get that championship on that car. They gonna go crazy, man.
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds like a
Yeah,
voice
I
I've
went
heard
there.
before.
You probably heard it in Carburetor Cup.
Was that Kenny Wallace?
I don't
And
know.
dead silence.
Okay, your final question. Which one of you two is the better driver? Justin Petchel or Brandon Trost? Justifications as to why. Justin Petchel, your 30 seconds starts now.
I would say I'm the better driver because I don't drive like a complete idiot at times on the track. Especially on a road
At
course.
times.
Guys, can we please allow the people talking to actually have their entire full comment, please? Thank you. Justin, carry on.
Sorry.
At least I know how to make a clean pass, unlike Brendan Trost.
That's it?
Shots fired.
Brandon Trost, would you like to respond?
Well, I mean, I do have about 800 more I rating than him.
Oh, I rating.
High rating means everything.
You make
hashtag Fontana Farming, but anyways, I've also won more races than him. I've also run better in the races I've run. Though I must admit, I've never actually raced Justin. He must have been too far back in the pack for me to be near him.
Justin Petrol, would you like to respond?
Just remember one thing, Trost. Or Train Out Trost, whatever you want to be called. Don't give a shit about the I rating.
Is this going to be another Trost challenge? Are we going to have to do Pet Shower v Trost Trucks at Michigan in the fixed setup to see who's better?
Versus Pet Shower versus
We can always do New Hampshire in the
Yes!
Pet Shower, race him on a road
No,
course.
Richmond in the IndyCar.
I think
Talladega IndyCar.
I think we just got the
Signed
best
up.
battle ever. Andre,
I want to be in this too.
You can't.
Can I be in it? Why not? Is
Okay.
this supposed to be impartial?
Okay, if you're going to be it, yeah, but how are we going to commentate it?
I could be your in-race reporter.
Yeah, but if you're racing it,
Now
I'm
we're going to
racing
go down
it.
to our Sunoco in-race reporter brought to you
Will,
by
just do
Cialis.
like what we did for the Morgan Schooley race that 4 people showed up.
Yeah, true.
How many people?
4.
They're like, when Morgan Schooley died, we tried to put on an event, and then no one showed up, and Will commentated and raced at the same time on ETV. It was pretty awesome, actually.
What? How did no one? How did no one show up for that?
Maybe because Sadie Webb made a poster which had a completely different car in it.
Oh,
No, that
seriously?
was the first race. That was the first race. Where we told him we were using the Ford GT, and he made a poster, and he put the Ford Falcon V8 Supercar as a poster.
Hey, it's a Ford.
I don't know how that guy's gone like 70 years on this planet not knowing what a Ford GT looks like.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, it is official. This week 13, it will be Brandon Trost versus Justin Petshower versus Andreas Stratman, subject to confirmation, versus Brandon Traino in a 4-man fatal 4-way around the Talladega Super Speedway in the Dallara IndyCar IRL 09. It'll be live, perhaps on RaceBot TV, powered by the Wil and Dave Show.
Please tell me it's fixed setup too, with limited fuel.
Fix it up with limited fuel, and then afterwards we will come up with a road course combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta race. I gotta
GT3
race
at
this.
Bathurst.
No. We need to do Crazy and then GT3 Bathurst.
Lotus 49 Lotus 49 anywhere.
Williams.
Lotus 49 VIR Grand West full fog.
No.
Oh God.
No. Motegi night full fog.
Oh my gosh, yes. Done.
Well, we just need to make that race like 5 laps.
Actually, just
think
make it
anyone's
whoever
gonna
crosses
make
the
it
line.
one
By the way, Trost, we have got an additional question for you. Can you actually be involved in a wreck and it not be classified as a ping when it's blatantly your fault?
What? I missed that. My headset's broke.
Yeah. Of
There's
course.
a surprise.
By the way, we have a breaking announcement here on the Wil and Dave Show. Are you ready? The race at the Talladega Super Speedway, the fatal 4-way between Justin Power, Brandon Trost, Andre Stratman, subject to confirmation, and who's the other one? Brandon Traino will have the official IndyCar passing rules in effect. You will not be able to pass on the apron.
Well, wait. What if we're pitting? Am I allowed to pass
41,
that
you're gonna get a
pitting?
penalty.
Why? That's
How the hell are you
Move
gonna
up, move
pass
up,
anyone
move up.
without pitting?
Well, when Justin enters pit road 20 miles an hour slow, am I allowed to pass him?
On the apron?
Yeah, like when he's entering pit road and I'm entering pit road, can I like pass him?
Why don't you just do a moniker and pit from lane 4?
I always
I'm just
do
gonna
that.
stand in the middle of the track.
Wait, does Trost even know who Monica is?
No, but if he did, he'd probably be masturbating over it. Ah, we should show him the photo of Monica.
Ew. No, you can't. That's illegal.
Well, they're just tits. I think he's seen tits before.
He's not old. He's not old enough to be able to see them. I don't know who's pushing me right now in this race, but he is awesome. I've gone from like 12th to 3rd in a lap.
Apparently, Trost, you have headset ping issue problems too.
Headset ping issues.
Dave,
escalating quickly.
Next lap, I'm gonna drive through the pit lane and Alt F4 out right before the field catches me.
Awesome.
Okay, we have got another question. And
I wish I had a lag switch because I'd let you drive up in front of the whole field, lag out, and drive through the crash.
I got disqualified.
Aww.
For not serving a black flag. Repairs needed. I used a reset. Oh, they're breaking up front.
What is this? Iron Maiden truck, I'm coming for you.
Iron Maiden.
I'm Batman.
I'm not gonna let him switch. God dang it.
Ladies and gentlemen, start! You are ending.
By the way, Will, shouldn't you do it?
Pull it back.
Race?
Nice and slowly.
Do a what race?
By SOWC at Homestead. That's this weekend.
I wish I knew how to set up an IndyCar.
You mean the IndyCar series that I run is this weekend?
Yeah!
What?
I'm not manifold. I know when my actual races are. Thank you very much.
Oh! You don't have power outages during the Indy 400.
Oh, no. That's okay. I can sit up that race, except for the fact
The leader just hit the wall under caution.
Trouble, turn 2!
You guys running hosted?
The Iron Maiden truck ran into some trouble.
Run to the safer barrier
wall.
Actually, no. He hit the backstretch wall. He was going straight line. He hit
Slam to the wall. Bum-ba-dum, bum-ba-bum. Take your hands off the wheel, because Danica Patrick said so.
Alright, so are we still doing questions?
Yes, would you like to ask a question?
I would. In the NASCAR series, what's the best way to pass somebody at Auto Club Speedway?
You done driving in there deep? You done driving in there deep and hold that line and hope you don't wreck.
Door him!
Or you can door them, but I don't typically do that. That's what happens to me every race by guys like Steven Enzini.
Blah, blah, blah. It's these your ping issues again.
Wait, people are trying to wreck you on purpose, Trost?
Yeah, I actually got a 3-week ban for a guy who wrecked me 3 times, and under caution, I'm like, alright, you've wrecked me 3 times in this race, I'm wrecking you. So I went up and hit him like 5 times under caution. Didn't wreck anyone else.
Well, that's the issue. He hit you 3 times. You hit him 5 times.
It was not an even exchange.
Yeah.
It's basic math. Come on.
Well, here's the thing, though. He's wrecked me in previous races about 10 times, and I've only wrecked him like 4. So
have you protested him?
Okay, I do like the fact that in Trost's world, if you wreck me, I therefore have the right to wreck you back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why iRacing gets so fucked up at times.
That should be the next debate question.
You are the problem.
So
okay, here's the
gonna
next
read
debate
complaints
question.
department?
Is it acceptable... Sorry, did someone mention race department?
No, complaints department.
Okay, cool. Is it acceptable if someone wrecks you, for you to then wreck them at another given point in time? Pet shower.
Depends on what track it is.
What?
Continue, you have 30 seconds.
That's all I gotta say.
That's all I got.
Boo.
That's all
Trost.
I have to say about
That's
that.
all I got to say about that, Janae.
Trost?
It depends. I mean, if it was blatantly obvious, like that case, I mean, if they hit you 3 times in a race, they were clearly trying to wreck you, and you should give a little bit of payback. If it was 1 time, probably wasn't intentional, there's no reason to give payback. But if it's a repeative thing, you probably should.
So in other words, it all depends whether or not they cause $5,000 worth of damage, right, Dave?
Yeah, if it's $5,000 or more of damage, you darn well better wreck them.
Okay. Any more questions, Andrew?
Nope, that was my own.
Dave?
I do have a question, though.
Oh, God.
This one is for Trost, and this is from Nicholas in the chat. Was it Eisenbeck or Enzeni?
Enzeni.
There you go.
Oh, in that case, I'll carry on.
Eisenbeck was a good guess, though. I mean, I actually would have guessed him, but Enzeni's just as bad, so...
Okay, alright,
Who would win in a
question.
battle between Eisenreich or Stephen Enzeni?
What?
Who would win in a battle between Eisenreich and Enzeni?
Me, because I drive right through the two wrecked cars.
Channel that inner Kyle Busch at California.
Yes.
All right, I got a legitimate question for the two of you. If you could
scared.
get away with it, would you use grip hacks to win an iRacing official series championship? Trost, you can go first.
No, I wouldn't do it in IndyCar. Now, NASCAR probably just because I know everyone else there does use grip hacks or something, because it's pretty obvious they cheat, but... Anyways, in that series, I mean, you're going to get wrecked if you're anywhere close to the field, so, I mean...
Please elaborate. Why do you think everyone's cheating in the NASCAR series?
I mean, I've seen the Talladega race qualifying times. Everyone does burnouts before Talladega, and it's pretty obvious that everyone just wrecks people if they can't pass them. So, I mean, the only way to possibly avoid getting wrecked in that series would be to be 3 seconds ahead of the field, which with the amazing draft in the C-Fixed is not possible.
Petchower, your response?
Even if I were to get away with it, I still wouldn't use grip hacks because I know I'm not that damn good to use grip hacks.
So you wouldn't go with the excuse of, I've been really practicing, now all of a sudden I'm one of the aliens in the HBD and the GT prototype series?
Nope.
Alright then. Two liars, here we go. I just call them like I see
iRacing
them.
might be listening to us.
Do you really think I'd still be on iRacing if they listen to this podcast?
Exactly.
True.
And Dave, you gotta remember, no one runs the HBD or GT series, so you can be the alien just by showing up these days.
Why you're not?
So if I'm like the only Corvette, I'll get a class victory?
Yeah.
I gotta start doing that then.
And you know that even if you're the only person in your class and there's enough cars there, it still counts as an official race for you?
Awesome.
It's 10 cars for multi-class, isn't it?
I didn't say a number, I just said enough cars, so I don't know why you're trying to correct me.
Well,
Oh, we might have a third
Shot
candidate
fired.
in the debates here. Shenworth, you want to get on this cheating thing? Oh, the show's over apparently.
Sorry, I just leaned over and I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay. just like the flag man at
Will just
the
leans over
nationwide
and
race.
Happened.
Yeah.
I'm going for the lead.
Come on,
I'm going for
Mikey!
it.
Okay, I was trying to talk to one of my friends on Facebook, but he's not on fucking Facebook. You know who you are. If you're commenting on the Wil and Dave show on the YouTube page and you're not on Facebook, and you know that I wanted to talk to you, get your fucking ass on Facebook. That was a public service announcement by Will Windsor from the Wil and Dave show.
You want to call him out by name?
No balls.
He has an amazing dog.
Chuck Oak.
No.
Oh.
Come on, you've
Okay.
seen this dog. This dog's amazing.
it's Darren Ganji.
Oh, God. I mean, okay.
Oh, thanks, dude.
That dog
Thanks.
is mediocre at best.
Yeah. Alright, that dog's fucking awesome. And that dog, when I'm commentating, runs around the house and wonders where I am.
Paul Jenkins.
Has Paul Jenkins'
Danica.
dog ever seen me?
Oh. Whose dog's ever seen you? Oh, caution's out with 5 laps to go. I'm gonna win this thing.
Okay, Dave. What were you doing Memorial Day Saturday this year?
Alright, we're gonna keep running even though the yellow's out.
Dave?
Keep running or what?
What were you doing Memorial Day Saturday last year?
Oh, I know.
Wait.
Should I say who it is or not?
Oh, look at that! He just said hello to me! About fucking time!
Am I racing or what?
Yeah, well, you're just gonna win this race now, aren't you? There we are. So, Andrew King, have you got any final thoughts for this podcast?
I am running the truck at Martinsville, and this is ridiculous.
Be fun.
So, final question, and really to you, Brandon Trost. Why don't you like Richmond?
There's a few reasons. First off, the setups. I mean, what I've heard people have done with the setups, and I don't know if all of it's true, but even if half of it's true, that's ridiculous. They should never be like that. I mean, they're ridiculous. I mean, I've heard people sometimes have used -20 weight checker there before. That's ridiculous. You should never be able to do that. The line is, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't think that would really work in real life. I think in real life you'd want to wash up at it too. I don't think you'd want to like try to keep it as low as possible. I think you'd want to wash up more than they do on iRacing. That's why I dislike it, along with the fact that the banking there is just really quirky and annoying.
Is that his 30 seconds up? Did someone move him? I don't know what's happened there, but it seems to be that Brandon Trost just gave up talking. Petcha would like to respond. Richmond.
First.
I'll just say that, Trost, sounds like you just completely suck at Richmond and don't know how to run the track.
Shots fired!
Final question then to you, Trost. Do you suck?
Yes, I do suck there.
Do you swallow?
You heard it here first.
Okay, here's the
Breaking
final one.
news on the Wil and Dave show.
Do you swallow?
Oh, stop it!
No.
Is he a sailor?
Hello.
Hello.
Is that it, Dave? Are we wrapping it up?
Wrap it up.
You're listening to the Wil and Dave podcast.
No, wait, I want to ask Justin
we can do anything on the internet we want to do.
Save it for the next episode.
No,
Okay,
what do you
we
want?
can wait.
Bitch, what do you want?
I want to ask if Justin's ever won a big race in the IndyCar.
I
And
got
which one was it?
I got close to winning the Indy 500 World Tour event last year, but pit stops
Split
screwed me on it.
17?
Any SOF wins, anything like that? Nothing?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Couple
Trost, you know,
times.
back
Got
when
close a couple times.
back when I used to run strength and field races, we actually had
Back
people
when I
who
guess
were
around.
driving in them. These days,
True.
you basically just got Banshee, the Doucheberries, and you guys.
You also have Vortex. They're better than the Kingsberries.
Yeah,
so.
but they don't run on Monday nights. And Monday nights is a race that matters.
No, Saturday and Sunday is. Because on Monday, I mean, it's all Banshee guys. And I don't know. I always end up wrecked on Mondays, okay?
Do you know why? Because you drive over your talent level.
Ooh. Hey, you know,
talent?
maybe you should tell your
He has
drivers
talent?
that at Michigan. Like, you know, I mean, I remember that Michigan race last season.
This is turning into a
talent?
one-on-one contest before we know it.
Yeah, come on. Will Vincent versus Brandon Trost.
Oh, that'll be a show to watch. I'd pay to see that.
Oh, gosh.
I'd
Make
pay
it a
20
few
to
mile
see
race
that.
at Talladega.
The thing is, Trost has never seen me race, so he doesn't know how to prepare for me.
Well, I mean, I know Will's going to have like a 3600 I rating or something like that when we race. I know that he hasn't raced IndyCar in like 3 seasons, so he'll probably be terrible with the lines at tracks that changed since then, like
Yeah,
New
they changed
Hampshire.
a lot. Yeah, a lot.
You know the last, can I just say, I actually test a lot more than you ever do. I probably tested more in the last week than you tested in the last season. But thanks for coming.
How many laps have you tested in the last week?
What?
Texas.
How many laps have you tested?
How many laps?
In the last week, I think I've done about 600 laps of testing.
I probably do that in about 2 seasons.
There you are. And this
There's
is why
your problem.
No, and this is my final thought. This is why when I actually go into an official race, generally, drivers respect me.
That was because you were black.
Oh my
What a relief it is.
Did you just say what I think you just said?
He did.
Yeah, I said it was because of your hair.
Music stopped.
Oh, he's been banned. He gone.
12 hours.
12 hours.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Ouch. What a relief it is.
That was Wil and Dave Overtime, which was interrupted by someone who just asked why I banned him for 12 hours. The reason why is because I just wanted to ban you, get rid of you, because you call me black. I'm not black, I'm someone who's not white and is from an ethnic mix. However, it's okay, I'm still a moderately decent human being. Thank you very much for listening to episode 21 of the Wil and Dave Show. Dave, we've really come of age.
Yeah, we haven't. We really proved it today with some high-quality internet broadcasting.
Yep. I mean, if this was like wrestling or something, we would at least be doing better than TNA.
Oh, absolutely. Well, anybody could do better than TNA.
Well, yeah, true.
Dirty South Racing.
Yeah.
DirtySouthRacing.com.
We'll see you next week, I guess. Dave, any final thoughts?
Talladega truck racing and hosted sessions are absolutely ridiculous. And on that note, of all the Chris Overlands that I've done, this one was the most recent.
Chris Overland joke.
That he's done?
Of all the Chris Overlands you've done what with Moim? Do you want to say that again, Dave?
Looking back on that was a badly worded joke. So of all the overtimes that I've done, this one was the most recent in